This is Transformers Generations Wheeljack. Now, Wheeljack is part of Wave 7 of the Generations toy line. Yet another brilliant homage of a G1 favorite figure. And one of my favorite characters on the show was Wheeljack. He's a great inventor, really a cool character on the show. Got a lot of cover, so let's get right to it. Here is the packaging. Very cool artwork. The bio really was a little bit disappointing. Well, nobody reads the bio, right? But it really portrays him to be he's like a mad scientist, always looking for the next big thing, but half of the time he just blows up stuff in his lab. That's not true. Wheeljack was actually a very brilliant scientist, an Autobot scientist, and he was actually one of the I think together with Spike, maybe even Ratchet, but no, yes, just with Spike, he built the Dinobots. He was really a brilliant guy, and for those of you who weren't around yet in the 80s, this was one of the more popular characters, Wheeljack. He could fight, but he was really the scientist of the team. So anyway, you stand him up, get him out of his pose. He's so ready to fix stuff and invent some stuff. Okay, for anything else, if you're a Universe Classics Generations collector, we finally have all the nerds, the Autobot geeks, Autobot nerds, and it's pretty cool. I'm really so happy, very glad that Hasbro has finally listened to the fans and brought us the scientists of the Autobot. Okay, what the heck? Let's include Nature Boy here, the ecologist Beachcomber. Alright, pretty cool. In case you haven't figured it out, Wheeljack is actually a retool or a redeco of the Reveal the Shield tracks. I really don't get why Hasbro had to split them up. They could have just used Generations, but they had to use the fancy sticker, rub sign, so they had to create a new line called Reveal the Shield and still continue with the Generations. I have no idea why they did that, but this is from Generations, this is Reveal the Shield tracks, and they both have the same amount of articulation, ball jointed feet, some hinge knees, ball hinge knees, ball hinge hips, waist swivel, ball jointed neck, same amount of articulation for the arms, ball jointed shoulders, double hinge elbow, swivel wrist, and that's about it. It's a retool because they use the same mold, but they've sort of tweaked the mold a bit. For instance, the transformation has been, well, they differentiated the transformation. You do not have to twist the waist for Wheeljack to actually transform his legs. Obviously, as you can see, he's using the back part of Track's legs as his front part and vice versa. But one thing they did, though, was they actually modified the back of the legs. They removed the knee pads of Tracks and actually modified it so that the joint is facing the other way, that he could bend backwards, which is pretty cool. And the other thing they added was they've remolded this portion. As I said, they've removed the knee pads, and then he can actually keep his tools in robot mode right there. He can store them on his leg, which is pretty cool. So that's one thing they did. They've actually obviously changed the head sculpt, this one is a brilliant head sculpt. It's got fantastic light piping. I don't have my flashlight with me right now, but it's very nice. The eyes actually are made of these translucent material. They actually glow when you hit light on them. Oh, come on. It's not getting it. But anyway, take my word for it. Great light piping. Yeah, they've actually remolded the weapons. These are actually sort of meant to be wrenches or spanners, Cybertronian spanners, wrenches. They actually look like machine guns or exhaust pipes, whatever. They actually took into consideration how it would look like in alt mode more than in bot mode. But as you can see, they've changed it from the missile launchers like Trax has. So, and instead of having them mounted here, you could mount them here if you wanted to. They're actually meant to be held as wrenches. The gun is still the same. I think they haven't changed a single thing about it. Yeah, it's the exact same thing. The wings have actually been changed. This is really more of Trax's wings, while Wheeljack really had these translucent wings that really looked like this. A little bit thinner though, but they were like metallic translucent wings. Yeah, and that's about it. The fancy sticker on Trax and just the plain Autobot symbol on Wheeljack. Anything else I missed out, please let me know in the comments section below. So that's Trax, the Trax mold. Okay, so before we transform him and actually get to the actual figure, I actually dug up something from my collection. This is how the G1 Wheeljack actually looked like back in the day, back in the 80s, and this was terrible. I actually hated this figure. This actually was the first Transformer figure my brother had, and I absolutely hated this figure. I know G1 fans out there are hating me right now, but this thing sucks. It's one ugly, ugly figure. Look at that. He's actually kneeling. But on the show, these were actually well, his feet actually and his legs actually looked like these. I mean, something like this, but a little bit thinner. So you know, look at him. Isn't he just the ugliest Transformer you've ever seen? He looked nothing like the show, the character on the show, and the alt mode was very accurate, but the robot mode, he couldn't do anything, and I actually hated it. So 26 years later, I still hate this figure. So I don't even know why I still keep it. I actually was on my way to throwing it out, but I decided to keep it because I might have some use for it in the future. Anyway, he used to have wings. Those translucent wings I was talking about, but I lost them. These peg holes are the evidence that he used to have wings. He also had these huge missile launchers that actually launched missiles. No, actually they didn't. I don't think they did. Yeah, I don't think they did. They were supposed to, but they didn't. Anyway, I lost them too. And he's also missing the halves of the spoiler. Oh, that's one thing I forgot. He actually has a spoiler, while Trax, on the other hand, as is true with the G1, does not have a spoiler, and none of that gimmick that you can hold the missile launchers there. So that's also one thing they tweaked with the mold. Also, the leg joints, the feet joints are a little bit tighter on Wheeljack. So, okay. All right, 8 minutes gone by, and I still haven't gone through the figure, and I'm still not going there because I'm going to transform this G1 figure very quickly, so you guys can see and compare how the old 80s figure looked back then, as compared to the updated version. So, very simple transformation. Horrible looking car. Anyway, just teasing. Okay, get rid of these. Let's transform him into his flying car mode first, because that's where we're going to go to anyway. First thing you want to do is transform the arms. Fold the wheels back. Rotate like that. And just bring down the windshield, or this part. Oh, come on. Okay, and then it collapses everything. Go ahead and, yeah, like that. Oh, come on. Okay, lock it in. Same thing here. It's easier than it looks, folks. I'm just lazy. Okay, keep it like that. Fold the wings down like that. And then fold. Oh, I'm just messing this one up. Anyway, okay, once you have him there, go ahead and fold the hands this way and raise them a bit because they're gonna catch on that peg, on those pegs right there. If you can, come on, okay, like that, and then close. Okay. Finally, the feet, just pull them up like that. Pull the feet like that. Join them together. Just make sure the hip joints are straightened. And close. And there is Wheeljack in his supposed flight mode. This is how the instructions put it. You can actually fold the wheels down if you want to make it look more like a hover car, if you wish. But the instructions, I think, okay, we'll do that. Yeah, and then you can actually mount the cannons or the wrenches right there, and the gun actually stores at the back, underneath the back part of the car, like that. So he can fly, really, now. Anyway, get rid of these. Open this one up. Fold the wheels up. Fold the fins. Go ahead and collapse the wings like that, and just peg them in. Okay, and we're done. Just connect the wrenches, the tools back there, and there is Wheeljack in his fantastic race car alt mode. Yeah, believe it or not, the stickers were actually quite identical. I just lost the stickers here and there. As you can see, some remnants of glue right there. It was something like this. Yeah. No number though. I think the Takara version might have the number. I'm not sure. So there you go. Really quite an awesome figure. Out here in Manila, Trax has been a peg warmer for some time, but this one was really flying off the shelves. The moment he was released, people started picking him up, and really because Wheeljack is he's a cooler guy. I think, you know, Trax was really the actor, the Autobot actor, and Wheeljack was really a very popular character back in the day. So design-wise, if I were to choose, I really like this one. Trax has a very sentimental. He has a lot of sentimental value for me because of the first figure I had was Trax, but this one actually I think is the better figure. So if you're deciding on, I would recommend you get both Trax and Wheeljack, but if you just want to pick one, I think go for Wheeljack. So there you go. I hope this video has been somewhat informative and insightful for many of you who are actually thinking about getting Wheeljack. I'm sure he's out in your area. Go find him. If you see him on retail, definitely a must-have. Pick him up. For all G1 fans, Universe, Generations, Classics, Transformers fans, this guy is a figure you've got to pick up. There you go. Transformers, Generations, Wheeljack. Thanks for watching.